Got this footage here and I want to add a vignetting effect to it. Go over to your color page and it should look something like this with your different video clips down here. You should have your nodes up here on the right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to add the vignette to an individual video clip and add it to them overall. Go over to your node on the right, right click, add node, add serial. Now you can go and take the second one because it's basically just a copy and go rename by selecting node label and calling that vignette. So that way you know which one you're applying it to. Down here, your window's selected. I think by default it's usually over on the curves one. So select that and you've got this one here. Click on that and notice it now added it. Now let's just move this to where we want that vignette to apply. So I'm grabbing that white line. The red one is going to adjust your feathering. So if you grab that, notice that it's less feathering, a little bit more feathering. But let's just apply that. Something like that. Now go down here and we've got this little square with the circle in it. Click on that. Basically, if you see this vignette, it's kind of telling us what is being adjusted and what isn't. So if I have it like it was originally, it's going to apply it to the center here. We want it applied to the outside. Now the one we want to adjust is the gamma. So down here, just move that. Basically what I'm doing is clicking with my mouse and drawing it to the left. And you can see up here where it's starting to get darker. So I'm going to do it really extremely to make it noticeable. And this is also now when I want to adjust my feathering because I can see how feathered I want it to be. And you can continually make adjustments to where you want the framing, where you want the feathering, that kind of stuff throughout the process. And let's drag it back a bit more to the right. That's a bit too extreme. If you want to see what it looks like without the lines, just click this little icon up here on the right and you can get an idea of what it looks like. Now I've only applied this to one clip so far. If I go to the others, you can see that it's not on there. A quick and easy way to apply to an individual clip is just click on it, hit Control or Command C on your keyboard, click the one you want, and Control or Command V, and it automatically pastes it right onto there. But as you can see, it only does it to that one. You might be working with a lot of video clips and it's going to be really time consuming to copy and paste to each. That's fine to do it to all of them at the same time. Let me undo this. Up here on the right, you've got clip. Switch that to timeline. So now what this is telling it, instead of applying any adjustments to individual clips, it's going to apply those adjustments to the entire timeline. So go up to Color, Nodes, add Serial Node. And if you notice what it did there, it added in a serial node like it did before. And we're going to do all the same adjustments that we did before. So click on our little circle, place our adjustments, drop our gamma. Now notice I intentionally did that so you can see what happens if you don't. Click your little icon there. Okay, now if you take a look, this one here, which we had originally not applied anything to, it's applied that vignette to it. So if you had a bunch of them, it would have done it to all of them. My first one, you notice, is very dark. Well, the reason being is because I didn't remove that initial vignette from the first one. So it's actually got two vignette layers applied to it. So make sure if you are doing that process that you're either doing it to individual, or if you know you're going to apply the vignette to everything, just start with that timeline setting versus the individual. But I wanted to show you the individual as well, because a lot of times maybe you might have a specific scene that you want vignetted, and maybe like, for example, like this with this overall nice scenic thing, I'm not going to necessarily want it to be vignetted, but gives you an idea. But you can see the difference there. And then notice if I go back to clip, I can now edit the vignette on that individual clip And in this case, let's say we'll just get rid of it because I've got the overall that I want to apply to everything. And now they all look the same. And that's pretty much it. You go back to your edit page or wherever, and you can see we've got this nice strong vignette. Obviously, yours can be lighter, stronger, whatever you want.